Hey ARMY everyone! Welcome back to our channel. For those watching for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because we always update with the latest and hottest BTS content every day. Now ARMY, this video is going to leave you speechless. We're going to uncover a secret that you've probably been curious about for a very long time. Have you ever noticed something very unique about Suga and Jimin's relationship? Guys, this is seriously big. After years of following BTS, I've noticed that Suga, the savage cat who can roast anyone, has never actually gotten genuinely angry at Jimin. Even when other members get completely roasted by Suga, Jimin somehow always gets special treatment. And before you comment that's an exaggeration, try to flash back to all the BTS moments that have ever existed. Run BTS, Bon Voyage, live streaming, behind the scenes, name it. There's not a single moment where Suga is genuinely mad at Jimin. Coincidence? I don't think so. So today, after deep research and analyzing hundreds of BTS content, we're finally going to reveal the real reason behind this phenomenon that has made millions of ARMY worldwide curious. OMG ARMY, can you see the difference? This is crazy. Okay, let's dive deep into this mystery that has us all questioning everything. Guys, before we continue, if you're enjoying this content, please smash that like button. It really helps the algorithm and helps this video reach more ARMY who might also be curious about this topic. Your support means everything. Okay, to understand this whole phenomenon, we need to go back to the very beginning. Pre-debut and early debut era, when everything was still uncertain and all members were still struggling to find their place in the group. And this is what's heartbreaking, ARMY. Jimin back then was the most insecure member of the group. I know, shocking, right? Now we see Jimin as this confident, charismatic performer. But back then, guys, he was so different. Wait for it. Jimin almost got kicked out from BTS before debut. Yeah, you heard that right. He was considered the weakest link because his contemporary dance skills were considered not matching the group's concept. Can you imagine BTS without Jimin? I literally can't. And here's where the plot twist that nobody expected comes in. Enter Min Yoongi, our savage Suga Hyung. Now guys, this is the most interesting part. Suga, who's known for being selective with his affection, somehow immediately took Jimin under his wing. And I'm not talking about casual friendship. This was protection mode activated. But wait, there's more. Comment section. Drop a purple heart if you've ever noticed this behavior. Because what happened next will blow your mind. ARMY, prepare your tissues because this next part is gonna hit you right in the feels. Remember when Jimin mentioned crying alone in the bathroom during their trainee days? Well, plot twist, Suga knew about this the whole time. According to leaked information from former Big Hit staff who spilled online in forums. And guys, this isn't regular gossip, these are straight facts. Suga used to secretly check on Jimin after intense practice sessions. If he noticed Jimin looking down or overwhelmed, he would spontaneously start conversations or just sit beside him in comfortable silence. Guys, can you imagine how meaningful that must have been for Jimin, who was struggling so much back then? Having someone who cared enough to notice and actually do something about it. But guys, the real tea is about to be spilled. Because what I discovered next totally changed my perspective on their relationship forever. It turns out, Suga saw so much of himself in Jimin that he never publicly acknowledged. Both of them were underdogs in their own ways. Suga was underestimated in the underground hip-hop scene because his physique wasn't intimidating enough for rapper standards. Similarly, Jimin was constantly questioned because of his contemporary dance background that was different from typical K-pop training. Suga understood exactly what it felt like to be the one everyone doubted. And guys, he made a silent promise to himself that Jimin would never have to go through that same pain alone. I'm literally crying just thinking about this. Like and share if you're also getting emotional, because this next revelation is going to truly shock all of you. Wait, before I reveal the ultimate truth, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered why Suga treats each member differently? Comment down below your theories, because the psychological analysis will blow your mind. After years of observing their interactions through behind-the-scenes content and live streams, I discovered Suga's secret classification system. He sees Jimin as a fragile soul with incredible strength. Let me break this down for you. Jimin is emotionally sensitive, he takes criticism to heart, and easily gets discouraged. But at the same time, he has this incredible inner strength to bounce back and keep fighting. This combination made Suga realize that Jimin needed a different kind of support system, one that protects his vulnerability while nurturing his resilience. And ARMY, this is where it gets so beautiful that I might actually start crying on camera. Suga made himself that support system. If you're getting goosebumps right now, hit that like button because we're about to dive into the most heartwarming evidence that will prove this theory beyond any doubt. Guys, perfect example incoming. Remember this iconic Bon Voyage moment? Everyone's being loud and chaotic in the car, and Suga literally snapped at everyone saying, "You guys are so noisy," with obvious annoyance in his voice. But then, and this is what shook me, when Jimin joined the chaos and was actually being louder than everyone else, what did Suga do? He just smiled softly and said, "Jiminy is excited. And no annoyance, and no irritation, just pure fondness." ARMY, do you realize how significant this difference in reaction is? Drop soft Yoongi in the comments if you've also noticed this pattern throughout the years. And here comes the psychological breakdown that'll make everything click. Deep analysis shows that Suga has developed what I call parental instincts, specifically for Jimin. Even though age-wise they're not that far apart, Suga consistently acts like an overprotective older brother. Even J-Hope noticed this. He literally called Suga Jimin's personal bodyguard in an interview because of how differently he reacts whenever someone criticizes or teases Jimin compared to other members. But guys, here's where it gets really interesting. Suga is completely aware that his usual approach won't work with Jimin. With other members, Suga can be direct and straightforward with feedback. But with Jimin, completely different strategy. He knows Jimin's personality requires gentle handling, not because Jimin is weak, but because he responds better to positive reinforcement rather than tough love. Notice how Suga gives feedback to Jimin. Instead of saying this is wrong or try again, he says things like, "How about we try a different approach?" Or "The feeling is already good. Maybe we can add a bit more emotion here." Guys, this level of emotional intelligence and adaptability, I'm genuinely impressed. Smash that subscribe button if you agree that Suga is secretly the most caring member. But wait, there's an even more protective side to Suga that'll make your heart explode. Insert compilation of Suga defending Jimin. Whenever there's criticism from outsiders directed at Jimin, Suga becomes the first person to defend him. Remember when netizens criticized Jimin's performance at that award show? Suga immediately posted on Twitter with a sarcastic but incredibly protective caption. Or that time when a variety show host joked a bit too harshly with Jimin. Suga smoothly intervened in a way that was subtle but firm. Protect Jimin at all costs, right Suga? But guys, there was one moment that changed everything. And this was the turning point that made Suga even more protective towards Jimin. This happened around their second year after debut. Jimin experienced a severe anxiety episode before a major performance. And guess who found him during his panic attack backstage? Min Yoongi. ARMY, imagine the scene. Jimin, completely overwhelmed, having a panic attack, feeling like he's letting everyone down. And suddenly, there's Suga, not judging, not panicking, just being there, calming him down, making him feel safe. From that moment on, everything changed. Suga's protective instincts towards Jimin went from strong to unbreakable. He became hyper-aware of Jimin's emotional state and always ready to step in if he noticed any signs of Jimin getting overwhelmed. Hit that like button if you're getting emotional right now, because this next story from a styling staff member will destroy you. A former styling staff member revealed something incredible about Suga's Jimin radar. Yes, that's what she literally called it. She said Suga has a supernatural ability to sense when Jimin is tired or stressed, even when others don't notice. And when that happens, he'll spontaneously take over some of Jimin's responsibilities or simply create space for him to rest. And guys, the most beautiful part? He does this without making it obvious or making Jimin feel like a burden. It's like having a guardian angel who works behind the scenes. Comment section, drop Guardian Yoongi if you're crying right now. From a psychological standpoint, their relationship is incredibly healthy and balanced. Suga provides the stability and security Jimin needs, while Jimin brings warmth and emotional connection that Suga appreciates, even though he doesn't always express it openly. It's like a symbiotic relationship where both parties benefit from each other's presence. But guys, what makes their bond truly special is their nonverbal communication. Watch this compilation and tell me it's not the most beautiful thing ever. They literally have this telepathic connection where Suga can read Jimin's emotions just through eye contact, and Jimin instantly calms down just by having Suga nearby. This level of understanding takes years to develop and shows just how deep their connection truly is. And then there's this incredibly revealing interview where Suga was asked which member he worries about the most. Without any hesitation, zero pause, he said Jimin. But listen to his reasoning. It's not because he thinks Jimin is weak or incapable. It's because Jimin has this tendency to push himself too hard and sometimes forgets to take care of himself. Suga understands that Jimin's perfectionism can become self-destructive if no one reminds him to slow down. ARMY, if you're not crying yet, this next moment will definitely break you completely. The most heartbreaking yet beautiful moment happened when Jimin had to take a temporary hiatus due to health issues. Suga, who's usually not very expressive about emotions, suddenly became incredibly vocal about how much he missed Jimin in the group dynamic. He literally said, "The group doesn't feel complete without Jiminy," during a live stream, which sent ARMY worldwide into an emotional breakdown. Because guys, for Suga to openly express missing someone like that, it shows just how deep their bond truly is. If you're sobbing right now, please let me know in the comment section. Because after analyzing every aspect of their relationship, I finally have the complete answer to our original question. So ARMY, after this deep dive analysis, here's the ultimate truth. Suga doesn't get mad at Jimin because he genuinely, deeply cares about Jimin's emotional well-being. He understands exactly how to handle Jimin in the proper way that won't hurt his feelings while still guiding him toward growth. This isn't favoritism, it's pure understanding and empathy at its deepest level. Suga sees Jimin as someone who needs a different kind of support system, and as a wise and caring hyung, he adapted his entire communication style to match what Jimin needs. The real reason is Suga's unconditional love, protection, understanding, and respect wrapped up in a relationship that's truly special. Two people who perfectly complement each other, one providing strength and stability, the other bringing warmth and emotional depth. ARMY, this beautiful relationship is one of the most precious aspects of BTS dynamic, and it shows us what true brotherhood looks like. It's not about never disagreeing, it's about understanding each other so deeply that you choose love over everything else. What do you think, ARMY? Did this video answer all your questions about their relationship? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if this video made you emotional, and don't forget to subscribe with notification bell on for more heartwarming BTS content. See you in the next video, ARMY. Borahi.